Okay, hey there everyone, welcome back to another guitar tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to play Little Talks by Of Monsters and Men on the acoustic guitar. This is a classic song, very upbeat, good vibe song, and you should have a lot of fun learning it today. So let's just get right into this right off the bat. It's not wasting any time here. So first things first, you're going to need a capo. If you want to play the song that will match up with the song and sound in the right key and pitch, then you'll need a capo. Just pop that on the first fret of your guitar if you have one, and it'll be good to go. If you don't know, however, that's fine. No worries. You just won't be able to play it like playing along with the song, or it won't sound right, but you can still play it by yourself without the song playing in the background, because the chord progressions will still be the same regardless, so that won't matter. But if you do have a capo, great, even better. Let's just get right into this. So the tuning is going to be in E standard. I'm pretty sure most of my tutorials, if not all of them, will end up being in this tuning, but I'm just going to say it anyway, just so you know, for clarity. And in the key of C sharp major. Just half step up from C. So I'll play it real quick if you just put it in perspective, give you an idea, and then I'll like go over it and really narrow it down and kind of show you then what you're going to do. So it's going to start like this. So yeah, that first bit there is just going to be the intro, of course, and that's going to be the same in the chorus. When we get to the chorus, you'll play the same thing that I just played there, which I'm going to show you now. So that'll kind of make things easier for you. So all the chords in this song, got 4 chords. The progression stays the same pretty much. So you'll play the same chords in the same order throughout the entire song, as is being the case with my last few tutorials as well, and that definitely makes things a lot easier. So yeah, let's just get into this. So basically it's going to play an A minor. Use your thumb to mute the E string, of course, low E string. Play from the A string down, first chord. Then second chord is going to be an F major 7th. Now I use my thumb to wrap around the F sharp, but if you can't do that, then just make sure it's muting the low E string, and then just play from the A string down again. But for me, I play the full chord. Major 7. Then after that, I just go to C. With C, you just use your thumb to mute low E string, and then play from the A string down, like the same with the A minor. And then the next chord is, I guess, the G6. But I just want to clarify here. So you can play this. That's like the transition-wise, that's the easiest and most logical chord to go to, coming from C. It's the closest, but you saw in the intro that I did go up here. That's basically the same kind of, it's like more of like this G, but like it's easier like transition wise because you just slide up. You can just slide up, so that can be easier than going to like that G. And I think that when we get into the verse now, I only play from the A string down. That's what you're really hearing, because you hear like a lot. You hear the guitar a lot more from the verses, and it sounds more clean and it has more clarity to it, so you can really hear what's being played. And I believe it's just being played from the A string down anyway, so going to here, it just makes it easier for that. But we'll get to that in a sec. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. So basically, yeah, from the F7, play the C, play this G major 6, or if you want to go up to here, just do this F major 7th shape, whether you're using your thumb to play the low E string, to wrap around the low E string and play it, or mute, just do the same shape anyway, and just go up 2 frets like that. So you got, just go up 2 frets. Your thumb will then be wrapped around the 4th fret, and that will then be playing a G sharp note. So that's where you'll be. But if G6 is easier, then just play this chord. Obviously it's just your middle finger on the A string, the 3rd fret, and your ring finger on the 4th fret of the low E string or 6th string. And you've got this. know, it's just whatever's easier for you and more convenient for you transition-wise, you should do. But, you know, if you just prefer playing this chord, then you can play this as well. But it's really up to you. Just play around with it, mix it up, do whatever you want. I mix it up. I don't always do the same chord every time for G. Sometimes I'll do G6, other times I'll do this chord. So with the verses, I do this chord now, and I'll explain why now. We'll get to that now. So after that, you'll play the same thing that I just showed you there now in the chorus. So the verses now. The verses are, again, the same chord progressions, the same order. Nothing changes, same pattern. The difference is, with the verses, for the F major 7th, I'm going to just play from the A string down. Even if you can use your thumb to wrap around and play the low E string, which is going to be an F sharp, just play from the A string down anyway, because in the verses, it doesn't sound like you're hearing like a low bass note. You're just hearing from like the A string being played down. So you're going to go like this, from the A string down, the F major 7th, then just same with C. The C is going to be the same case anyway. And play from C, A down. And then for the next chord, you could like do the same thing. If you do it with G6, bow down, you hear this, like this note here. You don't hear that, and so it doesn't sound quite right. So playing this chord version of the G, right? This shape, the F major 7 shape, in other words, while playing from the A string down, sounds better and more fitting to what you're like kind of hearing in the song. So that's like the most accurate way that I've got it down anyway. So again, you've got for the verses. Stairs creak as you sleep, it's keeping me awake. It's the house telling you close your eyes. And some days I can't even dress myself. It's so yeah, actually, just before I forget, I should have mentioned. So basically, this G here that I just showed you here, you're only gonna play that like at the end of the verse. So when like the chorus, right? When the chorus lyrics come in at the end of the verse, just before it goes into the other instrumental of that, then you're gonna play the G. Then you're gonna play the G. But up until then, you're just gonna play A minor, F major 7th, and C, and C major. So you're just playing these 3 chords through all the verses, and the only time you'll then go to the G is when the lyrics come in for though the truth may vary this, shit will on carrier, but it's so carry hour. So on carry hour, that's when you'll then go to this G shape and play from the A string down. And that's the most accurate way, I think. That sounds right. So if you do the same thing with the G6, it doesn't sound quite as accurate, in my opinion. So yeah, that's what you're gonna do. But up until then, you're just gonna play the A minor from the A string down, F major 7 from the A string down, and C sharp major from the A string down. And then from the truth may vary this, she will carry a body safe to shore. Then back to the intro again. And back to this. There's an old voice in my head that's holding me back. Will tell her that I miss her little dogs. Soon it'll be over. With our past, we used to play outside when we were young, full of life and full of love. Some days I don't know if I simply were right. Your mind is playing tricks on you, my dear. Here we go now. You're gonna add the G. No, the tree minor will F major C G. And then the next time that's when it'll come into the chorus and you'll hear that, don't listen to a word I say. Screams of sound I sing. Though the truth may vary this, shit will carry a body safe to shore. So basically, yeah, you're going to go ahead with that. You'll just repeat that, the same chords, you know, as I've just showed you. I went through it there a bit just to really put it in perspective so you can get a better idea of what you're going to do. But basically, then you'll just do the same things, you know, when you get to the chorus where you actually sing and play it, just sing, do the same chords, do the G only in like the chorus. So you only play this G, right, whenever you're like singing the chorus lyrics at the end of the verse before it comes into the instrumental, and then in the chorus, you'll then do, that's when you'll play the G. But otherwise, in the other verse parts, you're just going to go just A minor, F major 7, and C, just from the A string down. So hopefully that, you know, you've got that down now. If you go to pause, rewind, do all that stuff if you need to. But anyway, so the next part now is just when it gets to that like little kind of like, I don't know what you call it, like, no, it's not like really a bridge, or it could be. Haven't checked up the tabs to see what it's specified as, but it's the part where, you know, you hear a lot of like soundscape and atmosphere just going on in the background, and like there's no instruments being played. It's just like sounds going on in the background, like little subtle sounds, but it kind of goes, it's just an A minor that you're going to play, in other words, just to put it, you know, simply. She's just going to go, you're gone away, I watch you disappear. All that's left is goes to you. No, it's on apart, there's nothing we can do. Just let me go, we'll meet again soon. So that's just going to be like 2 A minors, just play A minor, and then after that, let me go, we'll meet again soon. And then from the way away from me, please hang around, I'll see you when I fall asleep. So as for the strumming pattern, that's up to you, as I always say. But for that part, you could either go, no, wait for me, please hang around, I'll see you when I fall asleep. You can do that, or you can do, no, wait for me, please hang around, I'll see you when I fall asleep. The same pattern that you've been doing in the verses, where you just like do that down strumming and just hit the first, you know, from the A string down. But it's up to you. Strumming pattern's up to you, but you know, it is gonna kind of go like this throughout like most of the song. Like the general strumming pattern of the song is like, for the instrumentals, choruses, and intro, it's like that. And then for the verses, it's just, that's how the strumming pattern is in the song, but you can always make up your own. And for this bit here, you don't actually hear the guitar being played because like the other instruments come in, so you can make up your own as long as it's in time with the song. It doesn't matter. But I usually for that bit will go, no, wait, A minor, F major 7, C, C, I'll A minor, F sharp 7, F major 7, C. I usually like start doing alternate strumming for that part because it just feels like it just, you know, I just prefer to do that. And then it'll go into like the chorus again. Oh, listen to a word I say. Same pattern, same chords, same ordering, same everything. All sound the same. Oh, the true very nasty. So I'll carry our body safe to shore. Same thing again, and basically it'll then finish then for the outro. Though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. And that's how it will end. That's pretty much going to be the outro. So yeah, that's more or less it, guys. So hopefully you have fun learning this today. Again, feel free to rewind, pause, do all the stuff you need to do until you can like get it down and play it comfortably. But that's pretty much going to do it. As I said, there's some variations here and there on some chords, like the G6, you know, this chord, we're just playing like, so I'm going to, you know, an F major 7th shape, 2 frets up, that gives you the same kind of G sound. It's up to you, whatever you prefer, but ultimately that's pretty much going to do it. You know, the main thing to know is just for the verses, just play from the A string down, and then on the, you know, intro, like instrumental parts and choruses, you know, where all the instruments come in, you're just going to go play like all the, you know, strings of the chords, like all the strings, like play like the full chords of all the songs. Obviously for the chords that you only play 5 strings anyway, do the same thing. You use your thumb to mute, but then from like the F major 7, you can play the full chord of that, and then same with G then. But anyway, just have fun with it, see whatever you prefer to do, and have fun, and just, yeah, because there's no hard and fast rule, as I always say, so whatever you just prefer to do. But ultimately, that's pretty much going to do it. That's Little Talks by Of Monsters and Men. Great song, and the Capo obviously makes it easier transition-wise because you don't have to push the strings down as hard, so that obviously is another thing in itself that can make it easier. So hopefully you'll have fun playing this today, guys. Yeah, you know, any requests, just let me know, but if not, then I'll see you in my next tutorial, and till then, enjoy learning this song, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a good day.